The Reparations Task Force says Black Californians lost $800 billion due to over-policing, housing discrimination, and other discriminatory practices.
Governor Newsom established the task force in 2020 to look into the long-lasting impacts of slavery on African Americans and ways to make amends. Political reporter Morgan Reiner joins us now with today's discussions. Morgan.
Headlines this morning read that the reparations given to Californians who qualify could be $800 billion. But the experts today clarified that this is the estimate of the loss. The task force could decide to give back less, just as much, or go beyond that.
Dozens of Californians called in over the phone and in person to show support for the reparations the state is considering.
We know some of the state and local entities that took property and land from Black families. Far too many Black families to speak to individually here today.
Only one called in to voice opposition.
Slavery ended 160 years ago. It's wrong to ask taxpayers, many from families like mine who came to the U.S. after slavery ended, to pay for the wrongs of slavery. There is no causal link.
Today, experts presented their estimate that descendants of slaves in California lost approximately $800 billion based on 3 different reasons you see here in red, including over-policing and housing discrimination.
We're not necessarily suggesting that those losses are equal to the reparations. That is the task of the task force to determine.
The $800 billion doesn't include how much the descendant community may have lost from the devaluation of Black business or unjust property takings.
I think it's improper to prejudge what the precise number we may recommend may be, but we're only giving you our expert advice on these specific harms. The task force has full latitude to ignore it, to add to it.
To put that number in perspective, the entire state budget is $300 billion.
Right now, the task force is still trying to determine some definitions, like who should be considered a California resident to get reparations. How long should they have lived in California? Should seniors get priority? The task force meeting is still going on until 6 p.m. today and will continue into tomorrow.
Okay, Morgan, how long do they have to make a final decision on this matter?
The task force is making recommendations to the legislature. They have to make that deadline of July 1st, and then the legislature will make the final decision on whether or not they want to adopt them.
All right, Morgan Reiner reporting live from Sacramento. This is a story we will continue to follow. Morgan, thanks.